I always got to go first. I don't know if there's so many of them, you're around them all the time, because there's never a scene, I don't think, that I was ever in that they weren't sort of indirectly in. So they're memorable to work with because they're fun, they're professional, they know what they're doing, they don't get stuck in their heads, they're normal guys. You know, they're not these actors that need to go and have a moment here and then come in and, you know, they're not like that. They're really, hey man, how's it going? You know, eating potato chips, and then, oh, action, okay, and then they'll go off and do it. So every minute was pretty memorable with them. The one thing I could say is Jared, love him, has a shorter attention span. So he was always a prankster. He was always up to something bad, because you know, you're on set 16 hours a day. His attention span, they start to get bored. And when they got punchy at the end of the day, they would start, their accents came out, they were getting tired. This way. Yeah, exactly. And they would start getting goofy because they were overtired and they were overworked and they run this so many times. So you had to keep an eye on Jared. Jensen was a little more straight up, but Jared, if you didn't see him, you worried. Where is he? And it smells like farts in here. And he walked in with a can of wine. It's like, oh, and you knew you got it. He'd come up with this thing of that frozen air gas. What's in the stuff that used to blow the camera out? But it was dry ice. But it was in a gun, and he would go really slowly. It was like holding a match. You didn't feel it at first, and all of a sudden it was like, whoa, 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 whoa! And it really hurt. And you knew immediately if you were in pain, Jared was attached to it.
I mean, there was just always laughs. I mean, we're always having a good time, you know, passing Brokeback Mountain jokes back and forth. You know, I mean, really, those two are the sweetest guys in the world. They really are down to earth, very, very, you know, it's just a pleasure to work with and made me feel comfortable, and there was no ego whatsoever. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was my first day on set, and Jared tried to get me to drink this iced coffee that he had convinced everybody was really good, and he went around with pretty much everyone and convinced them to take a sip, and he put soy sauce in it or something. And it was really silly, but he got everyone, and he was so amused and so happy. Or with Kim Manners, because Kim is not the tallest guy in the world. And they're extremely
poor. Yeah, he's a very little guy.
And they're very tall, and what they would do is that every time he would come and give directions, they would stand in front of him and kind of do that so no one could see him. And they pranked him when we were shooting, what was it? Oh, No Exit, yeah. So you know about that story.